Dude, I was...
What the f was that?
Hello, everybody! Welcome back. Katawa Shoujo with Zero. Welcome back.
I nearly choked myself.
Welcome back. In your last episode, we talked to Kenji, basically. We ranted, and then we talked to Kenji, ranted a bit more, and that was the end of the episode, basically. Which is just...
Well, no, the second half was Kenji ranting.
Yeah, we ranted, then Kenji ranted, and then the episode ended. I feel very tired this morning, probably because yesterday itself was a very tiring day. On top of that, I woke up far earlier than necessary. After saying hi to Chisude and Misha, I never talked to them again as far as I'm concerned, thank God. I start doing the work as instructed. So mean. The work instructed from the board. Already look like today's going to be heavy. I don't have a problem with that now, though, since Chisude and Misha might jump on me trying to answer whether or not I join the student council, even if it's just one day. I wouldn't put it past them to try. I don't have an answer for them if they do, so the situation is convenient for me. About 10 minutes into class, Hanako walks in and takes a seat, but no one looks at her. Except me, obviously, because otherwise I wouldn't have noticed. Obviously.
I think it might have been like a corner of the eye thing, like he saw her walk in.
Oh, fair enough. Teacher doesn't comment on her lateness. He's never going to. Let's be honest here. He does, however, stop us to say that we're going to take a break into groups again. Just when I said I didn't want to talk to them. I turn my head to see that Chisude and Misha are looking at me. Chisude gives me a smile that is equal parts cute and menacing. The smile says that we have you now. There is no escape. Yes. Hee-chan, looks like we're working together. Again. Yay! Yay! Nisha leans sideways while Chisude pushes her desk closer to mine. There's really no escape. There really is no escape now, except unless I'm worried to jump through that window. I'll take that chance. Besides, this place is also a hospital, so even if I injure myself, I'm right next to a hospital, so it all works out. Jump out the window.
If you tumble right, you won't even get that hot.
Exactly! Just tuck and roll. Everybody knows that. Just tuck and roll. Jumping out the window isn't the best option, sadly. What's wrong, Hee-chan? Oh, Hee-chan, were you thinking about what you said yesterday? You said you would think about joining the student council, didn't you? Yes, and then I talked to Kenji and forgot about everything else. Because God help you if you could remember anything after talking to that guy. Holy shit. Like, hey, Hee-chan, we were talking about it after you left. And it would be rude to expect you already have an answer for us this early, right? Right? Oh, you wouldn't say that if I was going down your f***ing route, now would you? I'm so happy you two are able to have a laugh at my expense. They're having a giggle, mate. Even more pleased to know that you both know how crazy the two of you can be. That's good. Now that that's over, Shunei snaps back into serious mode. Dispatches today's assignment with the back of her hand in an overly dramatic and important way. Exactly like Phoenix Wright, basically, when he's doing it himself. When he's telling off someone. So imagine that. That's basically what is happening. When I actually look at the stuff, it's mostly just reading. In fact, there are only two problems. The fact that I can't read, and the fact that I can't write. These are the two problems. What is wrong with me? I also wanted to say something about how her rush just starts to seem to be a... Wow! Alright. I almost want to say something about how her rush to get started seems a bit much, concerning the small amount of work. In fact, Shunei probably knows that there is, and simply doesn't care. Yet, she seems like the workload doesn't matter to her as much as the fact that there is work. The actual amount is unimportant. She approaches everything with the same level as ambition. Hello? The music is fading. What's going on? While I'm reading, I let my eyes wander to the room that... Oh, okay, we're just looking at her. Cool. Well, I mean, not cool. That's creepy, but, I mean... At least the fight isn't gonna break out. Yet. Catch Hanako trying her hand at solving the problems. It looks like she's working alone. I can't remember seeing her work with other people before. Thinking back on how shy she is, it's understandable. Hey, that girl over there. Hui-chan? Her, Hanako, over there. Does she always work alone? I think so, Hee-chan. Do you feel sorry for her because she's alone? Do you not? Do you have sympathy, Misha? Do we need to have a discussion about what a sociopath is? I was thinking maybe she could work with us or something. No, I don't think that'd be a good idea, Hee-chan. Oh, why not? Hee-chan won't get along with her. I thought she just hated... Well, I know she's... You really have to... You really hate... Lily? You're gonna hate Hanako just because she's associated with Lily? It's kind of terrible. Don't you think? But why? He just shuffles around the question, letting out a laugh that sounds very strange. It's nervous, but it still has a lilting up and down quality present in everything she says. It's Gussie-chan. By now, Shizune noticed their conversation and makes me realize again how Misha's been signing everything that she has been saying the whole time. What? She said, the friend of my enemy is my enemy? That sounds so harsh. I'm not gonna say that. God damn it, Misha.
Oh god, it's been so long since I played this. I thought it was just because like the personalities are so incompatible.
No, it's just literally because she's associated with Lily. That's it. They even kind of get...
You really are the fourth girl. I forgot how bad you are.
Like, but what's weird is that when you go down Shizune's path, she's not even that really mean to Hanako, honestly, either. She even plays chess with her, and she's not even... Well, she's still, like, abrasive and what her usual personality, but she's not exactly mean to her during that. She's only really exclusively mean to Lily when you're on her path. So I don't know what the f*** this is about, honestly. I know it's from a different perspective, and you're not really supposed to know about that. So the new people, it wouldn't make sense, but it's still weird, honestly, for me. You said it anyway.
I wonder if it's like something like she might be like holding back to make a better impression on you because you're on the route.
Oh, you know what? Fair enough. Because it is documented that at the beginning, you know how we're like, I said at the beginning part where they're like, I wonder what they're just like. He's like, I wonder what they're discussing about, and like it's hinted at that they're discussing about you at that point in the first round. When you go down Shizune's path. So we know that she at least has something at the beginning, from the very beginning. So that might be a good point, honestly. That might make sense. I know, Ii-chan. It's fine if you overhear. Oh, of course! Yes, of course it is. I wonder if this is Misha's way of keeping things fair, since without her, I wouldn't be able to understand the things Shizune says, or is saying, and vice versa. Also why she signs all the time, so there's never a conversation Shizune will be left out of. I do admit they make a good pair. Doesn't mean I have to like both sides of the pair, alright? That's it. Anyway, we just started our problems now, Hee-chan. Not wrong song. We finished with time to spare and decided to ask if there are any alternatives to the cafeteria, as frankly, the food so far has been subpar. This sent Shizune and Misha arguing among themselves about their favorite restaurants. All of them are downtown, so I don't really think we have time to go all the way down there. What about the bill? It'll be your problem, don't worry about it. Are they arguing just for the fun of it? Maybe. They seem so distracted by it, they don't even know it's the start of the actual lunch break. I look over my shoulder towards back to the classroom. She seems to be studying her notes from the previous class. It's an odd sight. Everyone else in the class is busying themselves with lunch break. Socializing, gossiping, rearranging desks, the one with the actual boxed lunches mixed and chattering with everyone else is only interrupted by short bouts of eating. But when I watch Hanako, it feels as if I'm the only one who can see her, because she put on her invisibility cloak, obviously. Well, as if she was invisible. Only if she was invisible, hiding in sort of plain sight. Is she being bullied? No. Is she isolating herself from the rest of the class of her own accord? Yes. I see her look over her shoulder towards the classroom's rear door. God, I'd want to leave too, honestly. By the think of it, she hasn't turned a page since I started watching her. Probably because she can tell you're watching it. I guess she's waiting for someone. Okay, yeah, it's this one. Alright, just wondering. Take a guess what the correct option is.
Well, if we go by what happened last time, you don't want to talk to her.
Well, you're wrong. It is go talk to her. That is the exact thing you should do.
This is why VNs need guides.
No, it makes sense still, honestly. Because it went bad before, but if I remember correctly, talking with Hanako isolates you from Misha. Or isolates you from the Shusune and Misha more. And it makes it more clear that you're interested in Hanako, or at least talking to Hanako more. Also, the fact of the matter is that the only way you're gonna actually get to be this person, close to this person, is if you talk to them. No matter how hard and complicated it might be, there's no beating around the issue. That in order to actually communicate with people, you need to use your mouth and words. No really getting around that. Or whatever the equivalent of words is, depending on who you are. Yada, yada, yada. So, yeah, it's still talk. You still need to talk to them. It's also just to point out that you're not that you're not necessarily weirded out by their demeanor or their looks either, because you still want to interact with them as well. At least that's my opinion on it. Anyway, go talk. I still feel bad for making you run away yesterday, so I better say something. Hey there, Hanako.
So?
Well, at least she remembers my name. Hey, I just wanted to apologize for yesterday. I didn't mean to startle you or anything. I'm just new here and I thought I'd get to know my classmates. As Hanako looks... God damn it, I do have a soul. As Hanako looks at me, I notice her scarring once more. I don't care. Still don't care. It's a little bewildering you can barely notice him across the room, but it's so noticeable up close.
That's okay. It was my fault.
Nah, it wasn't anyone's fault. It just kind of happened. So are you waiting for someone? I saw you looking at the door before.
Yes, Lily.
Oh, you mean Lily the blind girl? That narrows it down in this school, you fucking idiot. You mean Lily, the tall, blonde, and Scottish woman? Does that make... Is that not easier? I mean, we don't know the Scottish, but the tall, blonde one? Probably not anymore of a descriptor, but whatever. Hanako only nods in response. But I can't help wondering if defining people through their disabilities is a faux pas, the worst kind, or just normal here. Whatever. To be fair, you don't know much about the person enough. I mean, you can be like, you mean the tall, blonde tea drinker that has a special room that she drinks tea in? Like, you could at least distinct it by that way. A little bit better, but I mean...
I actually don't know how many people know about that tea room, though.
Well, yeah, to be fair, Hanako might not know about it. I mean... From his perspective, we know that she does because she's the other person that goes to that room with Lily. Well, because we know that, and Sao doesn't know that, so I guess fair enough. I guess you could just say the tea drinker, the tall blonde lady that drinks tea. Like that'd be
also
better.
if you were able to tell accent, you could use the accent too.
Yeah, but you can't. So sucks to suck. Anyway. I guess that explains why Lily took off after you yesterday. She seems like a nice girl. Are you two friends?
Yes.
As if hoping for Lily to appear, she checks over her shoulder again.
Don't worry, viewers. If you feel a sudden urge to hug Hanako and tell her everything's okay and the head paddle, that is completely normal.
Yes, absolutely normal. I think I'm making her nervous again. I hope I'm not disturbing you right now.
No, that's not it. It's just easier if Lily doesn't come here.
Oh, because it's harder to get around the classroom? No, it's because Susune exists. That's why.
Not really.
Hanako's gaze drifts past my shoulder and towards Susune. Well, why don't you just escort her to where she wants to go then? Wouldn't that solve this problem? Of course not. We're not going to do that. That would make sense. God forbid. Sune? Hanako nods again. What about her? Do they not get along? I'd like to remind you of the previous sentence that said, the friend of my enemy is my enemy. So, we've established that Hanako is a friend of Lily, and that sentence exists. So, obviously, Lily is the issue. But again, we're not going to think about that, are we? No, of course not. Hanako shakes her head. Clearly this is something she doesn't want to talk about. And quite frankly, don't blame her. Make it strange sort of sense. Susune and Lisa not getting along so well. Communication between the two would be all but impossible. It's hard enough talking to Susune through Misha, even though you can see whose hands are talking. Hanako is so focused on Susune that I'm first to know it's Lily at the door. Great! Could have escorted her out in this time, but no. Oh, there she is now. Hanako spins around to confirm this. Upon seeing Lily, she quickly moves towards the door. Where are you going?
Lily.
Ah, Hanako. Good morning. Is the president here?
Yes.
Hanako glances over her shoulder at Susune again, as if to confirm she can't hear them, even though that's impossible. I suppose we'd best be off then. Lily's sigh and tone of what seems like frustration makes me raise an eyebrow. I guess there's some kind of anonymity between the two. It's intriguing, but it's not really something I'd ask about. I'm not sure if they wanted to let me know, they would tell me. Yeah, finally! Kicking that stupid thing into your brain. It's only my third day here. I should try making friends, not find out why people are enemies. Do you know your enemy? Shut up, Logan. Still, it's a little funny to find out that the school has little feuds, just like my old high school. Why is that funny? Even if people are more tolerant of others, they're still going to get into each other's nerves. That's humans, baby. Hey, Lily, how are things? I'm sorry if I made you run off yesterday. Oh, my. Is that a sow? I didn't realize you were here. Seems that Lily's a little embarrassed about being so frank in front of me. Nonsense. You're not Frank. You're Lily. Wow. Getting cornier every minute with these jokes. Swear to God.
Sorry, Lily. I thought you'd realized.
No, it's all right, Hanako. Isao, please don't worry about yesterday. It was just a misunderstanding. If you say so. I'm still working this place out. Well then, I think you'll find most people here are a lot more forgiving than elsewhere. If you're feeling a little confused, please don't be afraid to ask questions. Sure, I'll remember that.
Lily?
Lily gives a small nod of acknowledgement. I'm sorry, Sao, but we must be off. Hanako really doesn't look that comfortable here right now, and Lily still seems a little embarrassed. I wonder if my apologies really made any impact. They did! Mind if I accompany you two? I know I'm kind of pushing it. I do not get social cues at all then, because my god, I don't see why this is pushing it. Maybe for Hanako, I guess. Oh, okay, that makes sense. But Lily hums quietly, still smiling. I'm sure we could accommodate you. Can't we, Hanako? Oh, no, She looks at Lily, then at me, then freezes, wide-eyed.
Sure.
Well then, shall we go? I'm sure Lily wouldn't do this so easily if she saw how scared Hanako looks. But it can't be helped now. Declining after the deal is sealed would only cause confusion and problems. Correct. So we leave, the three of us together. Lily walks beside the wall, letting her cane gently tap against it every now and then. Hanako comes along Hanako comes along right beside her, so close that she's practically half hugging her as they go. Although it must make walking that much harder, Lily takes it in stride. As we turn the corner of the hallway, something hits me in the chest with the force of a steam train. Hanako shrieks a little. My vision goes briefly blank. Ouch. Hello. Hello, Amy.
Oh god, what? Again?
Well,
I don't remember that happened more than once.
it didn't happen again. What are you talking about? This is the first time.
Wait, is it?
Yep.
Was the first one a Neo miss?
No, there
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
one. This is the first
I
time.
could have sworn on the fourth day when you beat Misha and the other girl.
That
like this
would
happened.
that would have happened on the first day if we were going down her path or not Hanako's and Lily's. However, because we're going down Hanako's / Lily's path, it happens when those two are together instead. It's scripted to happen later.
Oh, that's really f***ing up my head.
I know. Look,
Like I never once noticed that.
I don't even know if...
Wow.
Yep, it's weird. Okay, opening my eyes, I see a pair of saucer-like green eyes looking up at me. They belong to the... Yeah, see, we don't even know this person, so obviously this is the first time we meet. They belong to the perpetrator, a short girl who bumped into me and has now fallen down on the floor. Has now fallen down onto the floor. No, down onto the hallway floor. Wearing a PE uniform and his very worried frown. The former strikes me as a rather strange thing to have on during a lunch break. More striking than that, though, is that she doesn't have legs. Well, that's just wrong.
Why is she wearing the PE uniform?
Because she's a track star. It's pretty much all
But
she...
it is during lunch break.
She doesn't have any legs, which is a lie. She has the top of her legs. The leg is the entire thing. Just because she doesn't have the lower part doesn't mean that she doesn't have the top. Doesn't mean the top part doesn't count. Game.
Yeah, that's a weird statement.
But whatever. He's an idiot anyway. Or she does, but they're not flesh and bone. Her pale and very much flesh of bone thighs end in the shins, and feet are made sort of black metallic or plastic-like material. Well, it probably wouldn't be plastic.
Some very nice thighs too.
Thank you for that. Disturbingly artificial and unnatural. Only we forget that my chest is hurting.
Oh man, hey, are you alright? I'm sorry about that, really. I wasn't looking where I was going and you just came out of nowhere. Sorry.
I just turned to... whatever. She's looking really apologetic. In the hurt puppy way of looking apologetic. I quickly forget about being angry or anything, since hurt puppies are my weak spot. Joke's on you, they're not mine. I'm still angry. It's okay. Don't worry about... Ouch. Ugh. I say that, but there's a stinging pain growing in my chest. I know that this is...
Man, that's a head of a delay.
What?
That's a big delay between the impact and the effects.
Well, it's a big impact because his thoughts are laid out on paper, when in reality it's more like half a second.
Good point.
When in reality it's like maybe 10 seconds. Yeah, just because we're slow talking about it doesn't mean that in reality it hasn't happened really already by this point. In fact, probably at this point she's already charging down the hallway again by the time I say the sentence in reality. I know that this is the biggest possible danger from my condition. Don't overexert yourself. Don't forget your medication Don't forget your medication. And most of all, don't get hit in the chest. Oh man, imagine if you died right here. Sorry,
Jokes aside, it could actually happen, right?
that he could actually die from this? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He actually could die. He could actually die from this, of course. You can actually die in this game as well. Like, actually die.
Because, like, I don't want to say she was going, like, full sprint, but it was still, like, a full run.
Yeah, it was not a sprint, but it was definitely a run. I try and rub my solar plexus to chase the pain away, holding my breath and attempt to hear my heartbeat. thankfully, for the continuation of this game, you don't die. Thank God. Otherwise, that'd be an issue. It seems normal, I guess.
Hey, should I get a nurse?
The worried, high-pitched voice of the girl snaps me out of it. I stare off at her for a few seconds dumbfounded, until I realized that I probably looked worse than I really was, and I doubled over myself, looking all tense. Damn, I'm overly worried about my heart. You should be!
Yeah, that's not overly wrong.
It's
that
not.
Is like very
it's
strictly one of the three most
it's
important
not-
things the doctor
it's
told
not-
you to pay attention to.
It's not overly worried if it's an actual, genuine concern.
Speaking of prevention, like, I'm trying to remember, is it known that Emmy does this?
Runs in the hallway?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, like, that's a known thing to the staff, right?
They do the girl equivalent of boys will be boys with this person, basically.
Yeah, but, like, because the doctor specifically mentioned you to watch out for it, I've always wondered why they don't specifically tell Emmy to watch it.
What I think it is, she doesn't realize that it's you. Ella watch out for you when she gets to be a spy, which I think is the information is given later. I'm not sure. No, I'm fine. Managed to say something in response. I pull myself upright, feeling a sore ribs one last time, and I take a deep breath. She just knocked the wind out of me. Big time. It's nothing more than that.
No, it is. You're just in denial. You sure you're okay? I hit you pretty hard.
Well, at least you admit it.
I mean, she knew what she was wanting.
Yep, she does. It's okay. I said it was fine, and nothing's broken yet. No harm done. That's good. I was.
Good, I was...
What the f was that?
It's me rewinding that because it's funny. They look so pissed off. It's amazing.
Again, it's a known problem, and they did, like, hit you. Like, I want to say that this actually hasn't happened a lot, but I want to say that's luck, right?
That's luck. It's luck. Yes, Al. What happened? She's not quite up to speed for obvious reasons, but she sounds very worried. More than what the situation deserves, really. Again, no. You're
No,
just being...
no, not at all.
You're in denial. And you're an idiot. Mostly you're an idiot. Someone just bumped into me. Nothing serious. Just winded.
Oh, sorry, it's my fault. I was just going to get some stuff, and I was in kind of a hurry.
That someone here is Emmy, isn't it? The little girl coughs quietly and shovels her plastic or metallic feet. Looking down. Why would they be plastic? Wouldn't metal make more sense? Especially considering she's a freaking runner. Whatever, man.
Well, it does say plastic or metal. Like, I don't think Hisao can tell.
I think it's both.
Hi, Lily, Hanako.
I guess the girls know each other. Do please try to be more careful. You might be sturdy enough to endure these sorts of accidents, but there are people who aren't. The person standing in front of you is one of them. I mean nothing. I'm not reading the script. The girl blushes and starts to fidget nervously like a little child caught misbehaving. It's so cute, I find myself smiling. Well, I'm still annoyed. I mean, I'm not angry, but I'm still annoyed.
I know that. I was just... I gotta go. Teacher will have my head. I promised to help with printouts, and I went wedding instead. Sorry, but I gotta change and everything. So yeah, she specifically went outside during lunch break just to run.
Yeah, that's her thing. It's not mine, but it's hers. And she's gone.
Well, like, as an athlete, she should know, like, nutrition, right?
She does. She helps you with that in her path.
So why does she ignore her own?
She doesn't.
But she was outside running during lunch instead of eating.
She eats her lunch quickly. You established that with Emmy as well, when you're down her path. Or even Rin's path, for that matter.
Okay, to be fair, I've forgotten a lot about this game, but yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. But guess what? That's it for this episode. We
I
met
think if it's like a 20-minute break, you can probably eat in like 10 minutes and still spend 20 minutes warning.
Exactly. Yeah. That is it for this episode of Katawa Shoujo. Thank you, Zero, for joining me for this episode. And thank you for watching. Leave like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to see more. And we have been happy to have served you for this episode, and we will of course serve you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye bye!